Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's do this instead.
Woo!
For now, we'll do this. The other guy that you saw is not important right now. He'll be though. He'll be
Thank you.
important soon. I'm gonna mute you because you're not supposed to be talking. No, I'm kidding. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is my very first Happs broadcast. Thank you so much for joining in, for clicking in. Tonight, we're going to be talking about WandaVision. We're not going to do it overnighter to wait until it comes out because that's just crazy, right? But we want to talk about it a little bit. And I'm here with a great friend of mine, Luis Quinones, otherwise, as I like to call him, Jerry, because that's just how I know him. So, without further ado, here is the big guy. Why did I do that again? Wait, where are you? Why are you? Why is your screen dark? Come on, Jerry. You need
Because
to be.
you're not paying me enough to show my face, dude.
I thought I pay you with my love and attention, bro. That's what friends are for. Come
Oh,
on, dude.
fine. Okay, fine. It's okay. I
Hey,
got you, bro.
what's
I'm not.
up?
Damn, you complain too much. What's up, everybody? I got two little friends right
What's
here.
up,
Two loved ones.
dude? That's so cool. Next time I
Yeah,
go on a broadcast, I'm gonna be able to do that. You'll see. You'll see. Right now, I couldn't do
yeah.
it, but I'm gonna be able to do it. So tonight, here's the plan for tonight. We're gonna be for this live. We're gonna be talking a little bit about WandaVision, our predictions for it, and if you guys would like to comment, I don't know if a lot of people are gonna join because this is my first time. So who knows? But if people join, we might answer a few questions or read a few comments. But for now, if you're watching this on Twitter, what's up? Hello, hello from Twitter. But we're gonna let's just talk about WandaVision. So, but before we do that, Jerry, how you doing, bro? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, Christian. It's been a long day just being here in the office, doing some work. But overall, I think I survived the day, and now I get to enjoy Friday and Saturday off, and tomorrow binge watch this first two episodes for this TV show.
Only the first two, right?
Yeah, because they're only releasing the first two episodes, and then it's gonna be like The Mandalorian or any other Netflix, Disney TV shows, new episodes every week.
What do you think about that? Like making it like a weekly thing, comparing it, of course, to Netflix, which just throws it all and boom. Like I remember I finished Cobra Kai in one day, one sitting. Yo, what's up? Man, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. Anyways, um, no, yeah, I think it's crazy, that we are gonna be able to see a new Marvel style from what we known. We've known from Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all those Netflix Marvel TV shows. But I think this is gonna be the first official Marvel TV show that has to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I think there's a lot of people excitement about it, and even the people that are reviewing the shows already, they're saying positive things about it.
Yeah,
So
I checked. It was 95 on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's crazy. I
mhm.
mean, obviously, I'm not a big fan of looking at the critics one, but still, that's a good number. That's a hopeful number. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
how about you, Christian? How you doing?
me personally, I'm doing good. I'm excited for this show. Um, it's just there's just a lot of I've been waiting for this for quite a while. I mean, we didn't receive any Marvel anything this year, so to have it come like this soon in the year is really exciting. I don't know. I'm just overjoyed. I'm really really excited for tomorrow. Are you gonna binge it? Are you gonna try to watch both episodes in one sitting, or are you gonna have to?
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to stay until midnight to watch it because it's one of
Freaking
those shows
lucky.
where I'm like, let's do it. But I don't know if I will be able because I'm tired at this point, man. I'm trying to stay alive right now, so it could be. But for sure, I will know what's gonna happen by tomorrow morning.
Dude, you're lucky because you're in California. And in California, you get it at midnight. I have to wait until 3 a.m., dude, in
Oh
Florida.
yeah, because there it is like a special show that they're gonna try to release it at the same time for everybody. I think.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, just like Netflix. Because that we can't have Floridians being able to see it before. Californians do because they'll spoil everything. Nothing against Floridians, of course, but just this is the way it is. And New Yorkers too.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and how about before we start talking about the because I want to talk tonight about the theories of the show, like
Okay.
possible theories that I was able to find on the internet and see if they make any sense or if we even know what that means.
Mhm.
So before we do that though, can we watch the trailer? Let's watch the trailer.
Woo.
So let's do this.
Let's go.
I'm gonna mute ourselves.
Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time.
Wanda and Vision, aren't we a five-pair?
This is our home now. I want us to fit in.
Oh, this is gonna be a gas!
Where did you two move from? How long have you been married? And why don't you have children yet?
Our story.
I think what my wife means to say is that we moved from...
Moved from where? Married when? Damn it, why?
Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Deep in the dark, your kiss will bloom
This is really happening.
like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me. With the rays of love.
Am I dead?
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
Each day I pray for evening just to be.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
Ha 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 ha. Man, dude, that's
We
crazy.
are back.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard this, but if I'm not mistaken, if my sources are correct, the first episode was actually, what's it called? Was actually made in front of a live studio audience. I don't know if
Yeah.
you knew this. Now, I think that's really interesting. Oh, why am I blurry? Maybe it's because I'm using mine. Sorry for my
I'm
blurriness.
trying
um, maybe it's because well, yeah, I'm just on laptop. Anyways, I'm really excited for tomorrow. What before we start reading those theories, like what are your thoughts on the show? What do you think is going to happen on this show?
Well, there's a lot of things going on right now here in the show, but I kind of agree with some of the theories that we were talking about behind the scenes with you, Christian, where you were saying that she's kind of trying to create this fake reality because she's not ready to let go Vision, and I think that is gonna show us a little bit, and then towards the end of the season, they're gonna try to show us a little bit of like, okay, now she's ready, and then here's where we go back to the Marvel universe where of how we know it, and then they're gonna start introducing like all these dark um how you say like dark universe, can you say that right?
Yeah, because it's
Or
going to lead directly into that, into the multiverse of madness or whatever it's called, the Doctor Strange movie.
Mhm. So yeah, so that's what I think is gonna happen. How about you?
For me personally, I think one of the theories that we talked behind the scenes was I think it's kind of a universe that she created in her own brain.
Mhm.
I'm speaking specifically, the moment where I think the show is going to take place is right when Thanos snapped his fingers. There was a brief moment where we saw kind of Wanda holding Vision right there as he kind of laid there, and then she disappeared in the dust, right? So I
Mhm.
think she's kind of looping the whole, at least those first few episodes of the show. I don't know if the whole show, but at least those first few episodes, she's kind of looping what it would be like to have this beautiful life with Vision, romantic 50s style kind of life, in that
Yeah.
moment in Infinity War. Because we saw her do it before with Iron Man and the rest of the Avengers in Avengers 2, when she controlled them and made them have like visions about a possible future. Remember that?
Mhm.
Captain
Yeah.
America, we saw Peggy. Whoa, what happened there? Anyway,
I went
one
small screen, man.
I sure that works. What's it called? Captain America saw Peggy. Thor saw a world where everybody in what's it called? Oh no, I forgot the name. Asgard. Thank you. Nobody. Where in Asgard, everybody was kind of done with life, and then what was Iron Man's? He saw all the Avengers dead. You know, stuff like that. So there you go. Ooh, that's nice. So I believe that she's doing that to herself to kind of stay trapped in that moment before she essentially loses vision forever. But that's just my theory. I genuinely don't know where the show's going to take place. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know, Jerry. What do you think? You think does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, and I actually agree with you in that way because I mean something has to happen. There's no way, and here's what I'm hoping to see actually tomorrow or in the first episode in the first few seconds, at least like what happened. If your theory is right, I hope to see like she holding Vision in that scene from Infinity War, and then boom, we come back to this reality. I will, and I will say right now, but I will be disappointed if we see like straight out of nowhere the first few seconds when we see it is like they're already in this reality. I think that's gonna be a little disappointing to see because I want to know like why are we doing this, you know? So there has to be some continuity from the movie itself to this show.
For sure, for sure. I mean, I don't know what's like we've been talking about. We have no idea what's going to happen, and that's the beauty of it, where everything is kind of going to be a surprise, and I'm very excited about
Mm.
that. But like we mentioned earlier, some of the reviewers and critics have been coming out saying that this is pretty good. At least the first two episodes, I like we said, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 95%. So does that make you hopeful?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely like a lot of hopes. Now you gotta also think that that score will not remain because we're talking about only the reviewers that have seen the TV show in ahead, but then it's gonna start coming from like the audience score, you know. So
Yeah,
that could either remain, go lower, or on a tiny chance go higher than that.
higher than a
Hmm.
95. Wow. That's hopeful
Yeah.
wishing. I mean, I wouldn't bet anything less for Marvel because I know Marvel can deliver. I mean, and this is something I was talking with my dad. Think about this like this. You know, when it comes to Marvel and creating new stories based on smaller characters, they've been proven to be able to do that very successfully. They did it with Ant-Man, they did it with Black Panther. These weren't known characters before the movies came out. And by known, I mean, of course, to the general population, not to comic book fans, because I know those are classic characters there. But for the general populace, like they were able to create movies and movies for smaller characters who maybe weren't seen that important or we hadn't seen before that movie, you know. So
Hmm.
I'm hopeful for the show, and plus I like the idea that they're deciding to do a show now, which is essentially a 6 hour movie, you know, because each episode could be what, an
Yeah.
hour, 45, 30, depending. So yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I'm
I think
excited. I'm really excited.
yeah, I think you also have to keep in mind that the reason that people are excited like you or me is that we haven't seen in 2020 we didn't get any movies or anything at all Marvel. So this is the first thing that we are gonna see from Marvel as they're moving towards the next phase in their cinematic universe, you know?
This is phase four, right? This is the kicker for phase four. I didn't even
Yeah.
realize that until now. This is the first thing for phase four. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, and that's what makes it special is that you gotta keep in mind that when they were like starting to shut down all the other Marvel TV shows that were all over the place, like Hulu, Netflix, ABC, and all that, they
Mhm.
were thinking we are going to start with WandaVision as the first Marvel Studios MCU TV show, which is going to help us launch the next phase of the cinematic universe, you know, where we want to go. So, yeah, there's a lot of excitement going on right now with this TV show.
Yeah, something that I will say I'm curious about before we start talking about the theories. Something that I'm curious about is the in the original plan, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was supposed to be first. I don't know if you knew this,
Yeah.
and they
Mhm.
moved it next year, or sorry, to this year.
Mhm.
And then they kept WandaVision. They moved it a month. It was supposed to be in December. They moved it to January. Um,
Yeah.
I find that interesting because they originally planned to have Falcon and the Winter Soldier first. So, assuming that they're supposed to be MCU, right? They're supposed to be connections. They might have to change the story a little bit for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Again, we won't know until we see it, but I don't know. I just thought that's something very interesting to think about. So, yeah,
Mhm. No, yeah, totally.
let's finish off by. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, no, you can say something.
Oh, okay. Well, I was saying that maybe we should go and see some of these theories that I found on the internet to see if we can, if we agree or we don't agree, or if it makes sense
Okay.
or if it doesn't make sense. So here we go. The first one that I found was Wanda creates a pocket universe. So this is what it says. This one is possible, according to a theory by a Reddit user, MJSCH River, RYVER. I just spelled the whole thing. The series takes place within a pocket universe that Wanda Maximoff has created. She has altered reality to create a more peaceful life after the tragic death of Vision, which followed her brother and parents' death. Ooh, so some people think that it might be something that she's doing to cope with the loss
Yeah.
of Vision. Ooh, I like that one. What do you think?
Which I mean, in my opinion, that makes sense because like you gotta think about like um losing first your family, then your brother. I mean, your parents, then your brother, then the love of your life. Like there has to be a way that she's dealing with this. Like even though she's a part of the Avengers and all that, but there has to be a moment when she's like, okay, I need to kind of like get what's happening. Like get in touch with my feelings. So
Recover.
yeah,
Interesting. I don't. I think that's cool. I think that would be very interesting. Who there she is.
yeah.
I think that would be really interesting to see if that's what happens. Anyways, here's another one. It says here, WandaVision leads to Electro. MCU fans got a jolt of recently when it was revealed that Jamie Foxx would appear in the upcoming Spider-Man movie as Electro. While details are still unknown, it suggests many possibilities, some of which already appear to be at play at WandaVision. So a redditor who's the same redditor who did the previous theory suggests in that Wanda will break reality into the multiverse at the end of the series where her pocket universe is exposed. Oh, so it's more of a continuation of the previous theory. Fans
Mhm.
know from previous statements by Kevin Feige that the series will tie directly into Doctor Strange 2, suggesting that she does play some role in the increasing dimensional weirdness ahead. So lead to Electro. That's a weird theory because I know Spider-Man is this December, hopefully, but
Hopefully,
I
yeah.
I don't know how this. Well, I guess the connection would be that she kind of creates the multiverse because of doing this, and because she created the multiverse, then with Spider-Man we get to see all these characters. Because Electro isn't the only one we got. We also got Doctor Octopus in play.
Mhm.
We got there's theories that there might or talks that there might be other Spider-Man from previous movies.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That could be. I guess that's the connection.
Yeah, no, totally. And there was actually something that caught my attention a couple days ago, which they were saying that there's gonna be a guest appearance in this show that nobody's expecting. So,
Yes.
do you want to say
No,
more
no,
about
yeah,
that?
yeah. No. Go ahead. I was just agreeing with you. Yeah, I heard about that.
No. Yeah, and no, and I just think it's interesting that just by them saying that is somebody that we don't expect, I think it's not either Doctor Strange or even Deadpool. I think Deadpool is still somebody that people can expect. So there was a guess that I saw in the comments saying that it was gonna be her brother. Could be. I
Well,
don't
if
know.
we play a little bit with the multiverse theory, she might have jumped into a different timeline, a la Endgame, to get her brother before he died. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, but that would mean in that timeline that Hawkeye dies. But I don't know. It's just a lot of implications, right? A
Yeah,
lot of implications.
there's definitely a lot that they can pull from, and we are close to seeing it. There's only like at least 6 more hours to go. So if you guys want to stay here until midnight, we should do it, bro. Let's do it.
Uh, Midnight for you is 3 a.m. for me, buddy. So no, I can't do that. I
Okay,
got tomorrow. I
you gotta
got
do it for
stuff
the
to
fans,
do.
man. You gotta do it for the fans, bro.
Hey, if the fans pay me, I will do it.
Okay, let's get
Anyways,
everybody here.
let's continue here. Can you imagine these $20, $20, $20? They'll be like, "All right, cool." Okay, here's the final two theories that we're going to talk about. One is all in Vision's head. Another theory suggests that
Oh.
of this is Wanda's doing it at all. Reddit user CDN Bison postulates that the entire series and its wacky television show premise is taking place inside Vision's mind and not Wanda's. And that actually is very interesting because you got to remember that Vision, even though he had some experience, being with Wanda and being in a real relationship,
Mhm.
technically he's a robot, right? And his brain is kind of connected to the internet. So he
Yeah.
knows everything about love through media, quote unquote.
Mhm.
Obviously, you know what I mean. So maybe in his head he kind of saw the 50s era of sitcoms and relationships to be happy and lovey-dovey and the perfect life Americana, if you will. And maybe that's what inspired him. And if this theory is correct, that would mean that Vision is just, I guess that it would be the same thing as the Wanda theory in Infinity War that I had, just flipped. Instead of Wanda doing that in her own head, Vision doing that in his own head before he eventually gets the stone pulled from Thanos.
Mhm.
Ooh.
That one actually makes more sense, to be honest,
Yeah,
because
for me too.
like, why okay? I'm guessing why, if this was Wanda's reality, why will she like take it all the way to the sitcom era? From the 50s, 80s, all that. But you'll think somebody like Vision, that is a robot, he will take you like that, because there's things in his brain that go through time in a way.
Hmm.
um and then there's also, I think that now that you're mentioning that theory, makes a little more sense. Why is the girl, when she's in her car saying, "Am I dead?" And then she asks Vision, "Oh,
Hmm.
because you're dead." you know if this
Oh
would have
yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
if this would have been Wanda's reality, she would have asked Wanda. But the fact that she's asking Vision makes it more into that reality.
Hmm. I love how the show isn't shying away from the fact that we did see him dead. Because,
Yeah.
most shows who would bring a character like this, they would try their best to kind of not say anything about it. He's just back. Boom,
Mhm.
that's it. And they try to explain a BS explanation at some point. But no, they're actually calling it out. And they're saying, we know he died, but here it's out. We got a story to tell? So I don't know. I think
Yeah.
that's really interesting. Okay, that brings us to our final theory, and probably the most exciting for me if it's true. Yet,
Mm.
I kind of don't like the idea of it being this early, but I'll 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 allow it. So this is what it says.
Mm.
Wanda brings the X-Men into the MCU. So the theory takes the Quicksilver idea, which means that there's a theory that we're going to see the Quicksilver from the X-Men universe. Remember I forgot, I don't know his name, but the guy
Mm.
from Days of Future Past. So there's a theory that Wanda's going to bring him, and that's going to be like the big reveal. You know what I'm saying? That she tries to get somebody else, but instead of getting the one that she wanted, which was the,
Mm.
the one she grew up with, she gets another version of Quicksilver, which another boss theory right there. But it says here, takes a Quicksilver idea a step farther and imagines that the Scarlet Witch will do more than bring one mutant into the MCU. She'll bring them all. Age of Ultron established that Wanda and Pietro's parents had died. In the comments, their father is Magneto, very much alive. Now that Disney owns Fox and the X-Men rights,
Mhm.
these narrative wrinkles can be cleared up by placing Magneto in another universe. You imagine they reveal, oh yeah, you're because obviously since they couldn't mention anything X-Men, they had to say, oh yeah, their parents died. They just
Yeah.
had to explain it like that. You
Mhm.
imagine they reveal that, yo, Wanda, your
Your parents didn't die.
stepfather died,
Mhm.
not your biological father though. And then we see Magneto just come in and break Iron Man's suits and stuff like that, you know? That'd be crazy.
That's
Hello.
interesting, actually.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to mention your name, but hello from St. John, hello from Florida and from California. I don't want to butcher your name, so that's why I think is no, I don't want to try it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just don't want to butcher it. But thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate the comment. So, yeah, what do you think about that one? Finally bringing the X-Men into the MCU because of Wanda. What do you think?
Honestly, I mean, it'll be awesome if you see that reality happening, but I think, as you said earlier, I think it's too early to see that happening right now.
Yes,
You
I
know?
think it's way too early to bring in the X-Men. I mean, literally last year we had New Mutants, and then before that,
Mm.
what was the last one before that? Logan, Logan? No, Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, Logan. Oh yeah, Dark
No,
Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix came after Logan. So we've had Dark Phoenix and we've had the New Mutants. So I don't think we're done over with those characters just yet. You know, we just saw them like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I think it's a little too early to bring in the X-Men. So while I
Well,
like the theory, it would be dope.
I was gonna
I
propose you
don't.
gotta think about the fact that they haven't announced anything X-Men yet, just because it's so early, because they just bought it recently, you know. So
Mhm.
I still think that even though we most fans want that to happen, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Oh, before we go, did you hear today that there supposedly are talks of bringing Captain America back into the
Yeah,
MCU? I don't know. I don't know how real or truthful these quote unquote allegations are, but what do you think about that? What do you think about bringing Captain America back into the MCU?
I think it's interesting and a little dangerous too, because he got his whole story, and I think the way that they ended it was perfect. So even with Iron Man, I think those are two characters that you have to be really careful how you bring them. But again, it's Marvel, and if one thing that we know from them is that they know how to make sure everything that it's perfect in a way. So I do trust that if they're gonna say, "Hey, yes, we're planning to bring Captain America back," I think it's for a reason, and it's gonna be perfect the way that they introduce that person again.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. The same thing that I have envisioned with Iron Man.
Mhm.
It's they're ending the arc finished in Endgame for them too.
Yeah.
Iron Man sacrificed his life. His whole arc from the beginning of his first movie was, is he gonna do the big play? Is he gonna finish the job? And he did it in Endgame. So that was his arc. And then Captain America, whole arc was he lost the love of his life, and now in Endgame he got it back. So that's it, arc complete.
Hmm.
For example, like if they bring back Black Widow, 100% I'm down because her arc, I feel that there was still more that we could have done with Black Widow. Thank you so much, Jerry. I appreciate your award. Um,
Gotcha, bro.
uh, what did I say? So yeah, I think Black Widow could be a character that we bring back, which we won't see until May, but we'll talk about that another time. But at least for Iron Man and Captain America, I don't know, man. From both of them, the least I want to come back is Iron Man because I feel that his sacrifice was just so impactful and so important that if they bring him back, I will never be able to feel any sort of danger or with with any of the other characters, right?
Yeah,
Another
they
Thanos will come by and you'll be like, whatever. They'll figure out a way to bring him back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's why you gotta be careful too, because like I think Marvel needs to understand that if that was their plan, they have to understand that there's not gonna be a way to move forward if you keep bringing all these people, all these characters back. You know?
Mm, okay, I agree, man. So that was our first at least my first broadcast. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all who commented. Thank you, Jerry, for donating. um, tune in to my social media platforms. You can find it on link t dot. No, wait, how do you spell it? Is link tr dot ee/fresh Taurus. I'll try to post. Can I write it here in the comments? There we
Yeah.
go. So I'll go link Fresh Torres. There you'll be able to find all of my social media stuff. So there you go. And Luis, any plugins you want to do before we go?
Just that watch the TV show. Give it as much support as you can. You know, it's definitely something that it's interesting, and I'm excited for this TV show. Thank you for having me here, Fresh Torres, the broski. Let's go, man.
Thank you, Jerry, for joining, and thank you everybody for watching. I will
You got unplugged. That's the perfect way to end this broadcast, by getting unplugged. Yeah. Anyways, we'll wait for him to come back. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be here for a bit. Should we kick him out? Ask- Should I take over your broadcast? Um, oh, he's actually leaving. Okay. No, he's back. I don't hear you. Anyways, we're gonna go one more time while he's fixing it to a commercial break. We are gonna be going to the commercial break right now. We'll be back.
Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time. Out of the
Wanda and Vision, aren't we a five-pair?
This is our home now. I want us to fit in.
Oh, this is gonna be a gas.
Where did you two move from? How long have you been married? And why don't you have children yet?
Our story.
I think what my wife means to say is that we moved from...
Moved from where? Married when? Damn it, why?
Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
deep in the dark, your kiss will thrill
This is really happening.
like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me.
Am I dead?
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
Each day I pray for evening just to be.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
All right. Hear me now?
Hey, we are back. Thank you. You fine, Christian?
Yeah, my microphone ran out of battery.
Oh,
But
dude.
thank you all so much for joining. I highly appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next broadcast. Bye bye, everyone.